Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Masculine Feminine Balance. Thank you all so very much for tuning in, and thank you so much for spending some time out of your day with me for these messages. Welcome to episode 6. So, in this episode, we are going to look at the feminine solely. We did do that in episode 5 for the masculine, and now in episode 6, it's time to look at the feminine. So, we're going to see what energetic state she is in right now to help you get a greater understanding of what could be going on with you in terms of your inner feminine energies and how you can help to balance, heal, and integrate her with your masculine. Yes? Excellent. We're going to start with the energy oracle deck. We're going to get the overall energy and the message for your inner feminine at this time. And then we're going to clarify with some tarot. And then I'm finally going to pull an oracle guidance card for your inner feminine. Yeah? Let's dive right into this. So 5 shuffles for the inner feminine. What is the current energetic state of the inner feminine? What messages do we have for the inner feminine? What's going on right now? Where does she currently find herself? What healing does she need? What messages do we need to hear for the collective inner feminine? This is 3. Ooh, okay. Well, 2 cards came out already. I'm going to take them. I'm going to look at them in a second. This is 4. And this is 5. All right, kids. Now, so 2 cards came out as I was shuffling here. So we're going to start with these as the overall energy. Okay. So we have card number 2 and card number 15, journey and appreciation. So the inner feminine right now is on a journey towards greater self-appreciation. And this is something actually that I feel came out for the inner feminine a few episodes ago. It may have actually come out in the feminine episode, which would have been episode 2 last month. But the feminine is still walking this path towards understanding how to really appreciate herself. What I'm feeling here specifically for the collective is that she's learning to appreciate certain aspects or elements about her that have been deemed undesirable by society. This could be happening specifically for you on a personal level in terms of certain personality traits that you hold. Maybe even your, if you have always had trouble with, femininity and feminine energy because of societal's stipulations and standards and the dogma and all that stuff that's put on the feminine and the ways that the feminine has been demonized and dogged and just beaten down. What's going on for the feminine right now is you are walking this path. You are on this journey towards self-appreciation. And I do feel like this involves experiencing certain elements or certain aspects of yourself that may have been deemed undesirable and going through the process of experiencing that and healing that and fixing that and working on finding appreciation for it. Yes? And for yourself. Let's shuffle a little bit more here. We do have the Angel of Balance at the bottom of the deck. That makes perfect sense. Okay. So in terms of this journey towards appreciation for the feminine, can we get a little bit more, please, Spirit? Okay, so this is definitely a spiritual path. Absolutely a spiritual thing. We are all spiritual beings having a physical experience, okay? But overall energy here, we do have this door to spirit, and underneath that is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and also carrying connections, okay? But this carrying connections is very much giving me a 2 of Cups energy, and that is representing your connection with yourself. This is the connection between the masculine and the feminine within you, okay? This is all talking about you here right now. But overall energy in terms of this, you do have a clear and open doorway to spirit. And I do feel like if you really allow yourself to sink into the level of the energies that are happening for you right now, or the experiences that you're going through right now, you will find that the necessary understandings are being provided to you at this time. I truly feel like this doorway to spirit is wide open for you right now, okay? Which makes sense and is absolutely necessary because this is not an easy thing to deal with. This self-appreciation is not an easy thing to cultivate, especially if you've had some really challenging experiences, whether that be in this lifetime or previous lifetimes, because in many cases, I mean, for many of us here, this could be an extension of negativity that we've experienced in terms of the feminine over multiple lifetimes, okay? Things that are heavily rooted within our energetic systems, our energetic signature, our energy bodies, our emotional bodies, okay? Now, what we do have here that has come out officially, we do have card number 10, but then card number 11, storm warning, but then also cornucopia. Now, cornucopia is giving me energies of the Empress here, which would be representative of the divine feminine. But yeah, this is a pretty challenging time. And what I'm feeling for the collective is that you really may be going through some big shakeups. Okay. And this may be really intense for you. It may be very, very intense for you, but it's necessary, it's needed, and you're ready for this level of healing. Okay. You are only going to be provided with the level of intensity that you can withstand. And if you're feeling or going through some really intense things right now in terms of finding this level of self-appreciation, then recognize that you absolutely can handle it. Okay. But what all of this is leading to, this storm warning here, this is a very cleansing and cleaning and healing type of storm energy. It's wiping away everything that stands in the way of your cornucopia, that stands in the way of your abundance. And like I was saying, this cornucopia card is giving me feelings or energies of the Empress, which, yes, does represent the divine feminine, but it also, the Empress, represents abundance. Okay. An abundance for all things. And that's exactly what this cornucopia energy represents. With that, you have door to value. Now, for many of you, or for many of us, however you want to describe it or say it, what you're going through, the healing process that you're going through in terms of the feminine energy, in terms of your inner feminine, in walking this journey towards finding greater self-appreciation or just greater appreciation in general, it's absolutely helping you heal some circumstances or situation that have you feeling lack, that have you in a poverty consciousness. Your sense of appreciation and self-worth and appreciation for yourself, but also appreciation and gratitude for the universe and all that it provides to us, is directly related to this door to value, or to the value that you experience in your life, which is also directly related to the cornucopia, or the amount of abundance that you experience here. So in order for you to really be able to fully open this door to value, in order for you to really be able to connect with and vibe with and flow with the cornucopia, the abundance that is constantly flowing to all of us from the universe, you have to walk this journey towards greater self-appreciation. Okay? So don't try to skip this step. You can't skip this step. I understand for many of us in the collective right now, this is a very difficult thing to handle, a very difficult thing to deal with. But I promise you, it is absolutely a necessary part of the journey. I'm very much seeing the Knight of Pentacles in the Tarot here, which is an energy of slow and steady progress, but is also an energy of dotting every I and crossing every T and making sure every brick is placed properly and securely in the foundation or whatever it is you're building before he moves on to the next. So no, you can't skip this process. And quite frankly, with everything that it would be able to provide to you in the end, why would you want to skip it? Right? I want to get one more pull from the Energy Oracle deck here. And then we're going to move to the Tarot. So anything else for the feminine at this time, for the spirit? Wow. So this is really interesting, you guys. The feminine seems to be mirroring the masculine here a bit. So last week in episode 5, we did talk about the masculine here, and the masculine had action. He also had the thinking man come through, and overall energy for the feminine right now is the thinking man, but also action. So what I'm feeling here, you guys, is that there is a certain level of balance, integration, and harmony coming through between the masculine and feminine here with you. It's almost as, well, not almost as if, it is as if the masculine energy is kind of bleeding into the process of the feminine, but that's a good thing because that means that they're integrating at this time, and that is beautiful. But some of you are taking a more masculine approach here at this point. You're really hunkering down and taking the appropriate action that you need, being very conscious in this balancing here. We do have the angel of balance again, taking a very consciously focused, concerted effort in terms of balancing out so that you can take action and move out of a sense of illusion or a dark night of the soul. You have the goddess of the moon. And then finally with that, you have woman holding a coin, which is that feminine energy holding that value that she is so due. She is so worthy of. This is also an element of the feminine actually starting to integrate into the physical reality, not being so spiritual or ethereal or magical and everything, but actually coming down and integrating into the earth or integrating into the physical reality, which is more of a domain of the masculine. And it's interesting, you guys. It's so interesting because if you remember last week, we talked about the masculine, and the masculine is all about, at least at this moment, is all about the emotions and what makes him truly happy. So the masculine is in an energy of raising his vibration and entering a little bit more into the realm of the feminine, while the feminine is doing the exact opposite. She's entering more into the realm of the masculine. This is beautiful, you guys. This integration process is happening. Okay. All right, I wanna clarify here. We're gonna get to the true intuitive heart tarot, and I'm gonna clarify some things. So what I actually want to start clarifying, I don't want to clarify too much because it all feels pretty straightforward, but I do want to clarify storm warning here for you to start. All right. So channeling the energies of the divine feminine here, 5 shuffles. For some clarity for the feminine, it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about this storm warning energy, this cleansing, this cleaning, this healing storm. Yeah. All right. Clarify, please. Ooh. Overall energy here is the Ace of Cups. Some of you are in this energy asking, why is this happening to me? Well, this is happening to you because you are being guided and even asked to love yourself more. Ace of Cups. To try and work your way towards loving yourself as much, or in a similar way, as much to the best of your ability, to the most of your capacity, which will expand as time goes on, as the divine loves you. Excuse me. So what we have here, first card out to clarify storm warning, Judgment. It's time. It's time to rise above. This is the wake up call. Okay. For some of you, the tower hasn't come out here, but for some of you, this may feel like a tower moment. This may feel like this is being forced upon you. I mean, I guess you could look at it that way, but it's being forced upon you for the appropriate reasons, because it's time for you to wake up and move yourself up the ladder so that you appreciate more, so that you receive more of what you're truly deserving of. Okay. With this Judgment here, you have the Queen of Swords to the 8 of Swords. And it's funny because the Queen of Swords came out for the masculine as well last week. And this is a very similar energy. Enough with the shit. Cut the shit. Cut yourself free. It's time to move forward from this. It's time to come out of these mental constraints. It is time to find balance in your life, bring balance into your life, temperance, and let go of what no longer serves you, 4 of Pentacles, so that you can have the happiness and true contentment, even if it's just on a mundane, everyday basis, that you are deserving of. 9 of Cups. So why is this happening? Why is this storm warning blaring? Why is this foghorn blaring right now? Because there is a storm coming. And that storm is going to clear away just about everything that holds you back. Or at least it's intended to. 8 of Swords. Let's talk about action here. So what actions are we going to need to take? Well, first of all, understand that whatever action you need to take, it's bringing justice into your life. Justice is the overall energy at the bottom of the deck. Underneath justice is the Ace of Swords. Truth, clarity, authenticity, that aha moment. That moment that you realize or that you figure out, oh, this is what's been holding me back. Great, now I can cut it away. But to clarify action, what action are you going to need to take, or are we going to need to take here? King of Wands to the 4 of Cups. There's more of that masculine energy. But you are going to have the confidence, the wherewithal, the self-belief to reject that which no longer serves you. To reject that which does not reciprocate this sense of appreciation. And yes, you are going to have to embody the King of Wands. Because in this case, the King of Wands is speaking to the self-confidence to not allow anyone to tell him what he can or cannot do. You're going to have to overcome some ego battles. You're going to have to overcome some woe is me energy. There are some people, maybe even some energetic beings that are going to try and rope you in, try and make you feel guilty for pouring out their cup, or for rejecting their offer, or for no longer being involved. But you need to understand, keep in mind, that whatever it is you are influenced to pour out, or to no longer take advantage of, or to no longer be a part of, 4 of Cups, you need to remember that those situations do not resonate with or reflect a sense of self-appreciation. These are energetic vampires, energetically vampiric situations. And so, quite honestly, it kind of makes sense as to why they would want to keep you down, hold you back, because they get to usurp your energy. They get to take your energy from you. And then they don't have to do any of the work for themselves. That is very much an Empress energy, divine feminine energy that does not have the proper boundaries. Okay. Last thing I want to clarify here is Goddess of the Moon. So, and I'm getting shadow aspects. So, what are the shadow energies here? What clarity can we bring from Goddess of the Moon? Excuse me, guys. I'm having a little bit of an allergy situation, and so it's affecting me. Okay, so Goddess of the Moon. First card to clarify is the Chariot with the Tower. But the Tower is reversed. So, and then also, excuse me, one last card. You do have the Ace of Cups. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords to the Hermit. The 3 of Swords to the Hermit. Also, the 6 of Swords is underneath the Hermit, but okay. So, this moon energy, this has been an illusion you've been in. An illusion that has been keeping you from driving forward in a balanced and harmonious way. But the Goddess of the Moon is also representing, the energies of the Goddess of the Moon is also representing, revealing exactly what has been holding you back. And that's where we get the Tower in reverse. Okay? Don't mind my computer, it's doing crazy things. But that's where we get the Tower in reverse. This is what needs to fall down so that you can get balanced and integrated, so that you can drive forward in the best way possible. You can drive forward towards your passions, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, what truly makes you happy, because you have a sense of appreciation for yourself. And you're not going to allow anyone to tell you you can't. There's that King of Wands energy again. But finally, why do you have this? Because you are accepting a greater level, a greater sense of self-love. Ace of Cups. So there goes another one. So beautiful. I really love this for you guys. Okay, I would like to close out this reading now. And what I would like to do is I would like to get closing oracle guidance from the Divine Feminine Oracle. And I would just like to, my intention here is to bring forward a divine feminine facet to help and aid you with this process. Yes? Good Lord. Here we go. We'll just call those confirmations. Yes? Here we go. 1. 2. 3. Oops. 3. 4. And 5. All right. This is beautiful. You have Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an internal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. I'm being guided to pull 2 more, so I'm going to do that, but we're going to read Bridget first. When your soul selects her card, there's that moment when you're making your way through the dark, and suddenly, after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes through to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before, and you feel a great shift begin, as if now you're headed towards something new, something even brighter. Bridget is the essence of that first flame, that first ray of light. Bridget reminds us that the darkness never lasts. Bridget's eternal flame represents the truth that the light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover, when that flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion. Bridget is the sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. Bridget is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head. The healing has happened, and now each day is bound to be brighter. Okay, excellent. Let's get 2 more cards. 2 more, please. Wow, there they are, right there. Okay, second card, I should say. Anadamayai Ma, the joy-permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Anadamayama. Okay. When your soul selects her card, there's a passage in Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names. I'm so sorry. That relates an encounter he had with Anadamayayima. He asks her why she is always so filled with joy and can enter states of bliss instantly. She explains to him that she's aware of her true self. She knows that before she came to Earth, she was the same. As a little girl, and later when she grew into a woman, she still was the same. And now, sitting in front of Yogananda, she remains the same. And even after death, she says, though the dance of creation changes around me, I shall be the same. This is a self-realization, merging with that aspect within us that never changes. It's becoming conscious of the self that is eternal while within this brief mortal existence. Anandamayi Ma believed that the only true calling or purpose any of us have is to become realized. And so she believed that any action we take toward that goal is sacred. That's a deep, calm, abiding joy that arrives when we can merge with the aspect of us that never changes. There is a bliss we get to experience every time we detach from the surface storms that cause chaos in our lives. If we can remember that we are the guru, that we are an aspect of the divine that remains the same no matter how much change surrounds us, then we get to arrive at a joy that lives at the core of our being. And finally, and this is one of my favorite matriarchs, we have Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. When your soul selects this card, during Joan of Arc's heresy trial, her interrogators asked her if she was in a state of grace. She answered, "If I am not, may God put me there, and if I am, may God so keep me." Her unfaltering faith in the truth of her own visions made the impossible possible. As a teenager, she led an army that changed the course of history for France. And because of the trials, we have sworn testimony detailing the courage of her convictions and her own testimony about her visions of the Archangel Michael, who inspired the course of her actions. Quote, "Act, and God will act," she said. The faith she had in her vision allowed her to take on a task that had never been done before by a young woman. Her every action chanted, "I am not afraid. I was born to do this." She is associated with the fleur de lis, known as the flower of light. It represents the Trinity, the profound truth that the Trinity would not exist without Mary and her brave response to the angel Gabriel's call. Joan, like Mary, knows she is directly connected to the divine from within her, and she allows that connection to guide her. Joan of Arc's life is a testament to what is possible for us when we believe steadfastly in our own vision. She asks for us to move beyond our fear, to act on our truth, and to do this with the confidence of knowing that our every step is flanked with angels. Beautiful, guys. There you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. I am sending you all so much love, and I look forward to connecting with you again in episode 7. Yeah? Beautiful. Take care. Bye.